All right, question number 41. So mountains in the Alps. All right, we actually have not ever had a question that looks like this. And so you would have to draw a mountain. And so because of the fact that we haven't dealt with this, and just to save time, I'm going to go ahead and skip this one. So question number 41, you can skip. All right, I'm just going to roll the dice and say we're going to skip that one and we're going to come back to it in class. All right, classify each angle in the diagram as elevation or angle of depression. All right, so let me draw a quick little picture here. If I have a guy, here he is, and he's looking straight, and that dotted line means straight. Anything that is above the dotted line would be an elevation. Anything that is below the dotted line would mean a depression. All right, so looking at our graph here, question or angle number one, see how it's above the dotted line? So that would be elevation. Angle 3, see how it is above the line? It would be also elevation. So 4 is below the dotted line, and each angle has its own dotted line, so you just got to kind of look. So my elevation would be 1 and 3, so that should be A. All right, question 43, find the missing length, tell the side lengths. All right, so let's see, it looks like we're going to have to go into, let's see, find the missing side length. Well, I would just use Pythagorean theorem. And so I would say 20 squared plus my unknown squared is equal to 25 squared, and I would get x is equal to 15, which would be A. All right, let's keep going. 44. Find the value of x. Express your answer in simple radical form. Wow, got tongue-tied on that one. All right, this is A. Notice that we have this side and this side that are exactly the same. So we can conclude that this is a 45 degree angle. Now, based on our rules, our hypotenuse going to a leg, we would divide by radical 2. So it would be 5 divided by radical 2. Whatever you get your answer, it'll be in decimal form. Just see which ones actually match up to your decimal form. Question 45. Find that the value of x satisfies the equation. Sign. All right, now this one right here, what I would do, okay, and this is just because of time, is I would take x squared. I would just take x and I would plug it into both of these and see if it's right. So it would be sine 4 3 over 7. So I'd multiply 3 over 7 plus 14. See what that is and see if it equals cosine negative 3 over 17. I'm just trying to keep it simple here, folks, because I know there's a lot of information in these videos. And so I would see which one it matches up. All right. All right, let's see. Question number 46. Find the area of circle Q in terms of pi. All right, so my diameter is 20 inches. So that means my radius would be 10. And my formula for area, my area is pi r squared. So take 10, plug it into there, see which one it is. Question number 47. How many cubes full edge length 3 centimeters will fit in a box or rectangle prism? All right, this is volume. Volume is length times width times height. So my volume for my little cube, which is 3 centimeters, that is a 3 times 3 times 3 cube. So that would be a grand total of 27 centimeters to the third power. And I did not use centimeters correctly. Centimeters. I did not label that right. My bad. All right, now I would then figure out the volume of my rectangular prism, which is 12 times 15 times 24. And what I'm going to do when I multiply all that together, I'm going to get a big number. And then I'm going to take 27 and divide it into the big number to see which one is the right answer. 48. Triangle ABC with legs AB, 9 mils is base prism, that is the volume. What is the height of the prism? All right, this is straight up formulas here, okay, where we're dealing with a prism that is a triangular prism. All right, so the volume the volume of this is 1/3 times big B times H. Remember, big B is the base, restate. It is the volume of the base. All right. So if we have, all right, so the volume of the base is length times width of the base. Okay, so we already have the volume, so we're working backwards here. So that's going to be 513 is equal to 1/3 times 9 times 12 times h. All right, so that's my formula, so I'm working backwards. All right, 49. The radius of the sphere is doubled. What happens to the ratio of the volume of the sphere is, let's see, the radius of the sphere is doubled. So we don't exactly know what's going to happen numerically, so we're going to have to figure it out. All right, so if my radius is 2, then let's see, the volume is 4/3 pi r to the third power, I believe. Let me check that. Okay, I was correct on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the what if game. What if my radius was 2? I'm going to plug it in here, and I'm going to get my answer. Okay, and then if I double the radius, that means my radius is now 4. What happens when I plug it in here? So we're just trial and error here, folks. And then I'm going to get my answer here. Okay, now the question is, how much larger is that volume than that volume? Okay, is it staying the same? I'll give you a hint. It's not going to stay the same. The question is it doubled? Is it increased by a factor of 4? Which means, has it been multiplied by 4? All right. Question number 50. A square pyramid has a base area of 225 square meters, and the volume of that to the nearest meter was the height of the pyramid. Once again, a square pyramid, my volume formula is 1/3 times big B times H. Remember, big B stands for the area. I keep on screwing up on this. It is the area of base. I think going back to 48, I said volume of base, I meant area of base. So let me make that change real quick as you're watching this. I know you were probably yelling at the screen while I was doing that. My fault on that. Area of base. Okay, so the way I'm going to set it up, we're going to work backwards. 2,925 is equal to 1/3 parenthesis. They already gave us our base, which is 225 times h. All right, and then we'd solve for h there. 51. A cylinder has a height of 10 inches. The circumference of the base is 28.3 inches to the nearest cubic inch. What is the volume of the cylinder? All right, so the volume of a cylinder is big B times H. Now, once again, big B is the area of base. So the area of base, let's see, the circumference of the base is this. We got to work backwards here. All right, so what we got to do is the circumference is equal to 2 pi r. And so what we have to do is we got to work backwards. So if we have a circumference of 28.3, and the reason we're working backwards is because we got to figure out what r is. And so 28.3 is equal to 2 times pi times r. Well, 28.3 is equal to 2 times pi. That gives me 6.28, I believe. And so my radius ends up being 4.5. So if my radius is 4.5, here we go, multi-step problem. If my radius is 4.5, I have got to figure out the area of the base, which is pi r squared. So I don't know why I wrote it up there, but anyway, we're going to multiply pi r squared, which we know what r is 4.5, by our height to get our volume. So it's going to be volume is equal to pi times 4.5 squared, and then times 10, which is the height. And that should give you your answer. All right, 52. Volume of the sphere is small. The volume of the smallest sphere is 208 cubic centimeters. Find the volume of the larger sphere. All right, so what we're doing is, if the volume of the smaller sphere is 288, so we got to work backwards. So remember, the volume is equal to 4/3 times pi r to the third power. So we already know what our 288 is, or volume is. It's 288 is equal to 4/3 times pi r to the third power. And our job is to find our r. That's what we're trying to do. Now notice our little sphere, notice our big sphere. They tripled the sphere. Okay, so once we figure out our radius, we're then going to multiply by 3 to get our new radius. Here's my new radius, and then I'm going to use the volume formula again to solve for it. All right, 53. A cylinder has a volume of 24. Actually, we're going to stop it right there at 52. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.